So let's go straight into our stocks, starting with the biggest, which is Steinhoff. It's an integrated retailer that manufactures, sources and retails furniture and household goods in Europe, Africa and Australasia. It recently acquired Pepkor and is about to list, or has already in fact listed in Frankfurt. It has a market cap of 304 billion rand, a price to earnings ratio of 13.6 and a dividend yield of 2%. So I had a deeper look at their UK assets. Obviously Conforama is the big one there, and that's mostly mainland Europe, but they do have a couple of sort of bed retailers and so on directly in the UK. But I guess, you know, like you said, the negative sentiment of this impact throughout the whole of Europe is going to have an impact on Steinhoff.
Yeah, no question. So looking at Steinhoff, like you said, there's UK exposure, but I mean, obviously they're kind of on the acquisition trail at the moment. So having now dodged a bullet with home retail and not buying Argos in the UK, also announcing immediately after the Brexit referendum that they know that they've been turned down for their acquisition of Poundland. Yeah. Exactly. So.
And that's actually purely UK online sort of £1 retailer.
Yeah, exactly. So. Yeah, it's also got stores. You walk in and everything is £1. So it's So looking at, I mean, I think those two deals were definitely beneficial. But obviously, like a lot of Steinhoff's exposure in Europe, and I mean, if this now acts almost as a contagion effect into Europe, and you see a dramatic weakening of the euro, we've already seen obviously a weakening of the euro versus the US dollar, but that's probably more to do with a flight to safe havens than any real fear that the eurozone is now going to fall apart, and you'll get this domino effect where you just get France and Germany wanting to leave and a whole dissolution of the common market, which seems very unlikely. So when you're looking at Steinhoff in this context, I think you've really got to try and understand what's going to happen to the consumer in Europe on the back of Brexit, and for us to see a massive slump in demand for furniture and retail goods, we think is unlikely. I mean, you might get a little bit of a translational impact on a weaker euro, but essentially the fundamentals of the market should be secure. You've also got to remember that Steinhoff has got an enormous war chest at the moment. They're trying to do deals. I mean, they missed out on Darty. They missed out, obviously with the Fnac sort of competition. But if you're going into an environment where asset prices are selling off, on the back of risk off, this is a fantastic time for them to be sitting on a lot of cash, because at the moment there could be a lot of attractive opportunities that they might be able to pounce on.
Yeah, I agree 100%. I think Marcus Joost is probably licking his lips in this kind of environment, decreased asset prices and, low sentiment. It's almost exactly what he did when sort of the euro was under huge pressure with the pigs and so on, and then he bought Conforama and, timed it really well. So I guess, this is not only a buying opportunity for us as investors to get into Steinhoff. Pretty sure Steinhoff will see this as a great buying opportunity.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, you can see the resilience in the share price as well. So, on the first day after the referendum announcement came in, Steinhoff was actually, I mean, we got that initial gut reaction down to about 80 Rand a share, and a recovery straight back up to sort of 85. So, I mean, not particularly hard hit. When you look at the broader market and other companies with European exposure, came off very, very hard yesterday though. So, I mean, dropped all the way down to that 77 level. But at this stage, you look at a business like this and you just think, you should definitely be accumulating. So for us, this is one of those companies that I think is getting punished unfairly as the broader index sells off, and maybe a little bit misunderstood for its exposure and what it does.
So you talk about the share price there, so let's have a look at the graph and you can see that visually. You can see the big pullback, but obviously a great performer. I mean, trading around $20 in 2012. So I'm guessing you're going to go hot on this one.
Yeah, you got to go hot on Steinhoff. You have to go hot on Steinhoff.
It has been letting the portfolio down, like you mentioned, over the last 2 days, and we do have quite a big position. But I agree 100%. Hot, great buying opportunity into a quality business.